Yeah, we are good to go now.
Okay. I think only Anisha and Ishika are left. Rest, everybody is present, right?
Let me check.
No, no.
Uh,
Akansha is
then
joined from two accounts. Why so?
No, ma'am, I have joined from one account only. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are, but uh, just
for
see
me
to
Should
that.
also.
I log out and re-log in again?
No, no
See,
problem. No problem. You can be like that. I think how many people are remaining now? Out of 10, 3 are us, and then I guess 3 are remaining.
three are remaining. Anisha,
Anisha, Pragati, and who else?
Ishika.
Isika.
Anisha replied that she'll join in a minute, like
Okay.
sooner.
Okay. Then Isika and Pragati. So no problem. We can start. We can start. The recording will
Okay.
be made available to them. You are muted. Shivani Didi, you are muted.
I'm sorry. Okay. So first thing first, congratulate everybody on a very good presentation of your proposal. Trust me, there has been a phenomenal improvement in whatever guys you have presented in task one as compared to your task three. So I could see. So everybody pat yourself for that. So and also there was a lot of differences in the writing style, but yeah, I could understand that everybody could understand and formulate a problem, which is actually the very basic and very backbone of any scientific or any research study for that matter. So I must tell you, all of you have actually got the flavor, and like understood and able to execute your exercise very very well. So and everybody has done that. So I mean, it's just a few marginal differences in the way of presentation and all, but everybody was managed to put a very good uh like proposal, and also which was containing everything. Okay, so I hope everybody have understood that well. So now coming to the main point, the main agenda of today's meeting. Since you guys were already aware that we have planned to distribute you 10 people who are working in the area of MDS into two groups primarily, which is like composing of five people together. See, I don't know. I know about molecular dynamics, but I don't know about dynamics of you all with each other. So you can just open your mic and you guys can pull in the suggestions that who wants to be like who wants to pair with whom. I mean, I don't want to force it on my own because everybody. I mean, if you guys have any sort of interactions or any similarities, or you think that would be good for you, so you guys can tell me, and then I will divide you in two groups. Anybody wants to say anything? How is it possible? Guys, you can say, I mean, you can suggest on your own. Am I audible? Hello?
Uh, you are
Hello.
audible, but we didn't had any
Yes, ma'am.
interaction with each other, so we
Yeah,
don't know
exactly.
each other well. So if you give us time, then we can separate us in a group of five. But if you want to, then you can do it for by yourselves as well.
Okay, makes sense. So, okay, I'll tell you groups and everything now itself. So, let me. I mean, all of you have presented one thing which is very interesting, that everybody of you has presented a different problem altogether. So that was very impressive, and somebody presented for bacteria, somebody presented for human viruses, which is like COVID and Omicron primarily, and then some have presented on a class of compounds or class of protein targets or drug targets, which is galactins and GPCRs as well. So the proposal was very impressive from all of you. So is there anybody who wants to particularly work on human virus for that matter, or human disease? I mean, in the area of human disease.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. So for human viruses, we have just raise your hand so that I'll just write down.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, what are the domains we have? So that I mean, we can.
Okay, okay. So actually, I thought we will divide, I mean, we will devise two groups. One will be like related to the human viruses, and one will be the related to a class of targets like galectins somebody has proposed, and then you have GPCRs, which are G protein coupled receptors. So that way you may be able to address a lot of diseases just by targeting a certain class of the targets or a certain class of proteins, if I have to say. So one is specific target to a disease, and one is a class of targets which caters to a lot of disease in general. So these are the two differentiation that I thought in my mind. Skand, are you able
Yeah, yeah,
to?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
got it. I got it. Yeah. I'm
yeah.
just
Since
thinking as to which one would be better. So,
no, every I see there won't be much difference because anyway you have to execute in terms of methodology and work. You have to perform similar work. I mean, similar uh, kind of tools you would be using, and of course the core will be your MD simulation only. So not much difference would arise. It's just that the formulating of the paper, because as you guys are already aware, we have briefed you in the first orientation program as well that we are planning to publish at least two papers, like from each of the group, like one paper from one group and another from another group. So only the formulation or the writing part or the approach of writing the paper or the work would be different. Otherwise, whatever you're trying to communicate would be more or less same.
okay, okay, got it.
So won't make a difference. I mean, it's just that I just asked randomly because even since you guys have not interacted, and for me it's also not feasible to divide you in a group where, I mean, this is the common ground that I thought maybe similar interest people can work together. And of course all
Yeah,
of you will,
very
when you will work together, you will bring individual expertise to the table, and you can collab, and you can also learn a very imperative imperative thing of a researcher, which is collaboration and work, like a teamwork. So that's how we thought it that way. Karan, you were saying something.
yeah, that's a very impressive suggestion, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, to divide based on the similar kind of interest. As I can see, there are four raised hands.
Five. So I've
Now
already.
five. Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah,
it was fluctuating. Yeah. So five.
yeah,
One is Anjali, then Katyayani, then Jed, Anisa Hendik, and Akansha Agrawal.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
five, one group. Okay,
So you
that
guys
will
want
make
to work on the individual protein target or individual for like the individual disease.
it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Okay.
so I would like to take names from different people because by default you'll be part of the second group, which is Ishika, Pragati, then Skand, then Nitish, and then there is Vipul. Okay. Anytime you feel any problem or anything, just let me know. And guys, I have already mentioned in couple of meetings earlier as well, do call me after 8 p.m. any day, any day. Like seriously, you guys message me somewhat in the morning and in the afternoon, and I might reply you, but sometimes that message or the communication is lost, so it's difficult. So if you'll call me, I will be able to reply you in a much shorter and on a better span of time. Okay. So yeah, this was first thing. So everybody has understood their domains.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So now you may lower down your hands. Uh, yeah. So coming to the second concern, Yeah, so all of you has somehow mentioned that you are not able to run the GrowMax on your laptop. I have got certain certain messages from few of you that you're not able to run it. So I asked you to run it for a shorter duration of time, probably for 30, 25, or 20 nanoseconds, depending on what problem you were facing. Yeah, but for this particular work, we will be giving you the computational facility. Okay. So you don't have to worry about the in like just give me a minute. Yeah, so you don't have to worry that how will you able to run the simulation, and how will you will be able to produce such amount of results in shorter span of time. So I will give you my ID, password, and everything. You just need to know how to access the cluster or the simulation computer by a remote desktop method, for which I have already asked you in the task 2 that you need to learn about this SSH shell, and how Linux commands works in that SSH shell, and what else you would be needing, like different commands. So I think, I assume, and I believe that every one of you are pretty well versed with that. If not well versed, at least like manageable limits, all of you have known, right? So I will give you my ID, password. I'll share you after the meeting. So that is one thing. And secondly, I would say, like, you guys are already aware of what groups you are in. So I would appreciate if you guys can communicate with each other and, boil down to a certain problem that you all agree upon. Because if I will propose any project, depending on, okay, one person has presented it well, and all, that will be little tedious, and that will be biased. So I don't want to do that. So for you guys, I would say that all of you can talk amongst each other, and communication with 5 people is pretty okay, and is pretty relevant, and it's pretty feasible. So all of you can talk amongst yourselves and let me know by tomorrow morning that in which particular problem you guys want to work. For that reason, I will share all of your research proposals like after this meeting, so that all of you can see each other's proposal as well, and can learn and understand that what other has thought of doing, right? Any questions, any doubts, you may ask me right away. Okay, so I assume, since there's no questions, so I assume everybody's clear with that. Yeah. So just take a pen and a paper if you want, or otherwise I'll give you a written document that what actually needs to be incorporated in your project proposal without fail, which is like a simulation of 500 nanosecond. I know a lot of people must be thinking we are not able to manage 15 nanosecond. How will be able to do 500 nanosecond? But trust me, that will be complete in another 3-4 days. Now, for that reason, Akansha, I think, has dropped me a message that she has not used any reference manager for the citation purposes, but she'll be using Mendeley. And I would say that there are a few people who have actually written proposal very beautifully and have also cited in a very beautiful and a reasonable manner. So everybody is supposed, I mean, every group, I should say it that way now, from now onwards. So every group is supposed to use a reference manager. That's up to you which one you want to use. But yeah, as a mentor, I would recommend that you use Mendeley, because it's much easier, and it's handy, and also it is linked with your email ID, unlike EndNote. So whenever or wherever system you will open, you will be able to retain those files. So in that way, it gives you somewhat a concrete or a backup folder kind of a thing of your documents. So, and also you can use, in addition to that, also you can use reference Mendeley for reading purposes also, and for highlighting purpose. So that's a very comprehensive tool. And of course, you can explore more and learn more about it. And if there is any problem, we can also have a meeting for that. I will give you a short demonstration for that, if at all it is required. But I think everybody can, you can manage. That's not a very tedious thing. So SSH shell you all would be needing, and there are a few proposals that I've gone through, and they're not able to give me the exact commands or except one person, nobody has given me the commands or what method they have actually managed to execute the MD simulation. So that has to be a part of your appendix while submitting your proposal or kind of a preliminary work now. It won't be a proposal anymore. So you can send me in that way. So and that is, and what else? What
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt, but can you please elaborate more on this? I did not understand this.
which point?
Ma'am, the things you just have said.
But I have said a lot of things like which point particularly. Okay, you understood you followed the reference manager wala
Yes,
point,
ma'am.
which is my okay,
Absolutely,
yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You only told me. Yeah. So Mendeley, you would guys be, you guys would be needing and would be using for that. And SSH shell, have you gone through that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I will give you ID and password to both the groups, and you will be able to run your simulations in the cluster. And since you have not gone through a scripting, then how to run a simulation, I will provide you with that as of now, and maybe you can learn that later. So that way, this is very important. So all of you just sit and communicate with each other in your individual groups. I'll write the document as well. And then you guys can decide which problem particularly you guys want to work, and give me a consolidated group wise proposal by um I think it'll take 2 days at least. So by Wednesday you guys can give me. I'm giving you ample of time. So by Wednesday I'm expecting a group proposal and not an individual one.
Yeah, Didi, what we will do, we will create two Google Drive, and
Yeah.
in one like each, I will give the access to both of the group
Mm.
members, and
Mm.
then in that Google Drive itself, they can create a Google Doc, and then
Yeah,
they can make the proposal there itself.
best, because that will be
We will
easy to
check,
access.
and
Yeah.
then they will be exchanging all the things, whatever they will talk about the proposal, and then they will put that proposal in the drive itself. They will
Yeah, I
they can
completely
automatically
agree
update
because
it
communication would be much more easier, right?
much more easier.
So yeah, completely agree to it. So anybody has any question as of now?
Ma'am, can you
Pragati has
repeat
raised
that
her command.
Ma'am, can you repeat that command thing that we have to do? What was that?
Command thing as in you have to give me a appendix file or an annexure file, if I would say, where you will be writing every command that you have executed. There is a set of commands that you will be using to set up your simulation box, and like the tutorial that you have followed in Gromax.
Okay, ma'am.
Vipul, have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Pragati, yeah, you say?
Yeah. Hi, ma'am. I was
Hello.
just asking because hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah.
Continue.
Actually, I was not in a good network zone, so I was asking that whether you have given some review about whatever we have uh, given to you as a proposal.
Yeah.
Have you given some review over it?
No. I have not given a review individually. That I will give you in the comment sec. I mean, all of your evaluation sheet as well. You can go. I mean, you can check by tonight. So I will give you all the related comments in that. But yeah, I must say that I mean the thing that I've said in the introduction part where you were not there. Everybody have you performed pretty well, and it was a phenomenal jump or a phenomenal improvement from what you guys have presented in task 1 and in task 3. So that was very impressive. And after that, I have distributed you all in a group of 2, wherein every group has 5 members each, and you are part of the second group, which in which you guys will be doing, or carrying out a experiment or a simulation study, wherein you will be targeting a class of protein targets. Like for example, GPCRs is there, lecithins are there, galactins are there. So there are class of compounds which are available or which are involved in a lot of human diseases.
Okay,
Understood?
okay.
Yeah. So
Yes, yes.
that's
Actually,
yeah,
because
follow to that. Yeah, continue.
I asked you this because actually, when I was thinking of the title for any proposal to give, to suggest, because I'm from plant background, I don't have much of literature survey over human diseases. So I could not catch upon the research question in human diseases. So that's why it was a little difficult for me because to suggest anything, we should know what has been done in this particular type of research earlier. And in less amount of time, I feel I am not that able to. That's why I then ended up giving some proposal on the plant
Yeah,
system
yeah,
only.
yeah. I have seen that.
That's all.
So, is there anybody else who wants to work in plant domain? We can have three groups as
I
well.
don't have any. I don't have any issue with any other, but because we have to propose something, I just wanted to propose something novel rather than just without having knowledge of it.
No,
So
no,
I don't have any issue with that.
I
Yeah.
completely understand and appreciate that. That's not a problem. I just want to, I mean, that's an open question to the forum. Is there anybody else who wants to work or has proposed in the plant domain?
I guess there is no one, I feel.
Oh, that's okay. If that is the case, you can work individually. I mean, you can coordinate with me. I will not we will not set up a Google Drive for you. I mean, Drive link. You can,
Honestly, I don't
yeah,
have any issue because as far as right now, whatever I am working, I am finding out that the basic molecular system is more or less similar in all the or most of
yeah.
the organism, basically bacteria, viruses, and plants. I have studied these three groups in details rather than more of humans. So I
No,
feel the
I tell
molecular
you,
mechanism is
yeah, yeah, I get it. I tell you one thing. I mean, I know you have apprehensions about working in human system because you have never not worked with that earlier. But trust me, when it is about simulation and all, maybe presenting part would not be your expertise, probably. But if you read about it, you will be able to understand and present well.
yes,
But yeah, as far as conducting the simulation is concerned, I don't think so that you will have a problem. Like it'll be pretty much familiar because anyway you have to take a PDB ID for your protein structure, and then you have to take certain natural compounds that can target those particular what do you say, particular target or particular PDB IDs or proteins per se. And then the analysis part would be as same as you have done with the any system, like whether it is bacterial, protein, viral, human, plants, or anything.
that's why I'm saying that I don't have any preference of the system because I believe the molecular mechanism remains the same with
Oh,
a little
then it's
difference.
perfect.
So
Then it's
it's okay for
perfect.
me.
So
Even
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
human system or the bacterial, it's all same for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank
I completely agree, and that's what I wanted to tell you, that it won't make any difference. Even Skand had this doubt that what could be the basic difference. Only difference would be like your system of studying, but whatever skills, whatever tools, whatever parameters that you will calculate for any of the system, that would be same and generally applicable for all the system across like the entire kingdoms, like all the kingdoms, all the organisms. I mean, it is equally, even if you learn the expertise or if you learn the skill set of molecular dynamic simulation, you can also formulate them with material science and different materials as well, not just to biological systems. So it's a skill set that you guys are learning, not a particular domain that you guys are uh, brushing yourself. I hope this makes sense now. So, since all of you have
you.
divided into two groups, and we will create the group links, I will give you the email IDs and everything. As of now, I will share a document. I will give all the documentation, all the comments and your suggestions in your proposal by tonight. And yeah, one more important thing, I would like to say that since you will be able to understand and run your simulation in a week, so can I expect that including the writing part and everything, we will be able to wrap up our like final phase or the last phase of the internship in another 2 weeks, or or per se like Feb end?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't feel so, ma'am, that writing and comprehending will be done by that time. Is
No,
I
actually
feel
for
so
that,
because
yeah, continue.
like running simulation, getting compiling result might be done in 2 3 weeks, but when it comes down to writing the analyzing the data and writing a fruitful article in an article format, it might take time because we all are not very professional in that.
No, no, I completely agree. And that is why, see, it's not an individual job, right? So if you're working individually, you might take at least a month for starting to formulating or to, actually write like, a rough draft of the article. But since you guys are five, you can divide work amongst yourself. And it's not that you have to do everything on your own individually, but you can delegate work amongst yourself depending on who wants to volunteer for certain things and who has skill set of a certain thing that you guys can figure out. And if at all you need anything or any suggestion or any any confusion arises in the course of the work, you can always come up to me, you can always call me. So, I mean, your speculation is right, but only when you'll be working alone. Since you guys are working in a group of five, I think the time should be
Actually,
reduced.
I feel that we should have deadlines, for example, for simulations and all the writing part also. We should make our deadlines till till this February. But I would ask you to not call an end to the internship, because as soon as we call an end to the internship, all will be like not available. Most of the students will not be available. And then if there is something to improve upon, it becomes a difficult task. So I would
Okay,
say
fine.
take
Okay, fine. Not Yeah,
one
yeah.
more
See,
week
of course,
for
it's a
that
learning
particular.
and eventually it's a learning phase throughout. So I'm not saying that abruptly we'll wrap up the internship. Of course, if somehow work is not done, we will extend it and we will try to, because our final target is to we need to complete work, we need to write an article, and then we try to get it published, right? So of course, that is what our target is. But then the time is very variable. Uh, due to multiple factors, due to certain other conditions as well. So I completely agree to it, because that is not what I meant from wrapping up. Wrapping up is the smaller deadline or or the deadline that we can decide for ourselves. Get it?
Ma'am, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So that is why I said within 3 days, like by Wednesday, you guys can give me a group proposal, and then you guys can start the simulation. So Wednesday would be your 8th Feb. So by 15th Feb, your simulation should be done. And honestly, while your simulation will be running, you guys can't sit idle, or you guys can't just leave it like that. You have to work on your writing part. I understand you may not be able to write the full paper, but of course, it will be very important of you guys if you can chalk out the introduction part. So if your introduction is ready and body of any paper that would be ready, it will like your 30% of your work would be done. And for that reason, you have to read and make your bibliography as comprehensive as you can make it. So for that reason, you have to read a lot of papers in similar and in slightly different domains to get a perspective. So that is what all you need to do while your simulation is going on. And also because as of now, I have not seen anybody's like consolidated results. That if you have seen in my paper, I have also published certain parameters. So I have not seen it as of now. So you guys have to sit very meticulously and learn each and every tool uh, while referring to the guide of Gromax and maybe ResearchGate. And there is Gromax question forum as well. So you can have all your doubts, questions, and everything from there. So I think that will be helpful. So meantime your simulation is running, you have to do this exercise. It's a parallel exercise, right? So any doubt till now? Okay, so I assume that there is no doubt.
I just
Ma'am,
had one
what?
doubt, sorry.
Yeah, just raise your hand and do one by one to avoid confusions. Yeah, Skand.
Yeah, ma'am, when you're saying simulations as such, is the simulation regarding to the whatever proposal we are giving?
Yeah, I didn't get it. What? Come again?
So you said that we have to submit a proposal by Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So whatever ND simulation we are performing is whatever we are giving in the proposal as such. I mean, for the same target or.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, okay. I mean, I was just wondering as to where the docking part or that is going to come into picture. That's why I just
Yeah, of
wanted
course.
to.
Docking will come. I mean, docking is is an inclusive part. So I have not mentioned about it because everybody has to do it.
Okay, I mean,
After your structure is docked and you get that confirmation, then that structure only you would be using for the MD simulation. And I guess everybody has managed to present that pretty well in their individual proposals. So that is why I didn't mention it now.
Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Yeah, Katyayani.
Ma'am, we'll be following APA format for referencing, right?
No, you can just follow any journal style. Any journal style, we'll do the correction part later because I have not thought of any specific journal as of now. Uh, any journal for that matter. You have read so many papers as of now, so any journal style would do. I mean, that you can decide amongst your team.
Okay, ma'am. And in-text referencing would be name and date.
No. That would be part of your the journal that you'll follow.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Got
Prefer
it. Thank you.
number. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Welcome. Yeah.
Are there any other doubt?
Yeah, one more request I have.
Yeah,
I'm
Pragati.
Pragati.
Yeah.
I just saw your beautiful comment on someone's task that they have made a beautiful presentation and presented it very well. I am
Yeah.
very bad in making any video, or I am good in live things, but I'm not good in recording and like background, like whatever we are doing. I would like to see that. It will be good if you can just post that into the drive folder. It will be I think it will be a good presentation.
Yeah. I get
I
it,
think
but
everyone might not be very comfortable with posting their things on their portals on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, but it will be. I think everyone will be fine with the personal sharing with each of us.
But
I hope so.
that was
yeah.
mandatory, I guess. Posting it into the YouTube channel, that was mandatory.
Well, but
Or
We have
else
also.
if
social.
Yeah, we have also. I mean,
okay,
that's why we asked for YouTube and not Instagram and Facebook because some of you might not use either of the platform.
either of these.
Yeah, but coming to your question, Pragati, actually, first thing first, since you have already seen the comment and all, so you may definitely ask that person and can ask for a comprehensive learning from that person, depending on your two kind of an interaction and what are your interest lies in. So you can always reach up to the person because the evaluation sheet is open to all, right?
Yes.
And
Right.
also, so you can always go for that person depending on the comments and all. And as far as the content is concerned, we have all the content in the drive itself that is accessible to all of you.
No. I'm not concerned about the content. I'm just concerned about the way he has prepared his
Yeah,
presentation.
so that is what I'm saying. So for that, I mean, you guys are pretty smart, so I don't have to tell you. You can always ping that person
I
and
will.
can take the number from the group and can learn on your own. I mean, from that person. And content, why I mentioned, because if you know the content, that's why you will be able to understand that why I specifically commented in that way, like why I have given that comment. Because if you know,
Yeah.
okay, fine, this is good, but you know, you need to know also that what is good, what is the definition of good. So for that, you guys can see each other's presentations or whatever. And of course, YouTube is the mandatory medium. So you guys can go to that particular channel of WinBiosin and can look into
Usually you
each other's
post
work.
in that. Usually Karan sir has also
Yeah,
posted last time whose presentation was very nice. You
Yeah,
posted
yeah,
that. We saw that. It was good. Yeah. In that
yeah,
in that
yeah.
sense, I'm
Actually,
asking
in
if
the
you are posting it.
yeah,
yeah.
some of the docking study, I think Bipul has posted that on the YouTube channel, and that has been added to my playlist, like
Okay.
WinBio CV playlist. So one, if you go to that my YouTube channel, WinBio CV,
Okay.
there in the WinBio CV playlist, you can find his like video, YouTube video. So there you can follow. And also,
Sir,
if
thank you.
somebody has not done, if somebody has not done tagging the WinBio CV in their posted video, they can tag that because I had sent the email. So, like modify your description box like that so that I will be able to see whether like the video is available, and then I will add that to the playlist so other can also see it. So
Sir,
I
I
was
don't
also thinking about, yes, yes.
my personal
Pragati?
I don't have a personal YouTube channel or something like that
So
because I
make
believe
it, Pragati. So make it. Honestly, even I don't have it. I'll be making it soon. So
but
whatever
I will
I
not
mean,
I feel I would not be able to add good things into that or
that's okay.
I
If you don't want to create your channel, that's fine. But you can always upload, or you can tell Karan or specifically Karan because he's handling the WinBios in YouTube link. So you can always tell him or inform him that he will upload on your behalf.
okay, thank you sir, I will ask.
That's that's okay. It's not mandatory to have a channel. I'm just saying because
Yeah.
see, uh, you are not understanding the gravity of it, but we are preparing you for something which is very
So, ma'am, I
necessary.
really I appreciate and agree also, but I feel it's difficult. I am a little social. I don't know what to say, but a little.
That's okay. That's okay. We understand and we completely
I don't have.
appreciate that as well.
I will develop soon.
No, no, that's okay. Up to you. But if you have any problem in sharing the video from your end, you can always tell to Karan. He will do it. And anyways, we will be uploading all of your documents, not documents as such, but your presentations for sure in WinBiosin, and so that this can reach out to masses. That's our whole idea.
I would say, sir, upload the best ones only.
No, there is actually, as per research, there is not best or like worst.
Exactly.
It's like
Okay, okay, okay.
as per research, whatever is your contribution, that is your contribution. So
And
don't be
also,
shy about it. Uh, don't be shy about it. You you just publish it, and that will give you the inspiration. Once you have posted it, that will give you the kind of energy. Then you will improve it,
confidence.
and then again you will publish. So
Yeah, okay.
the first
I-
that is the one first step needed. After that, like you won't feel any hurdle doing that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
sir.
so don't
Just
hesitate.
Yeah, I just would like to add something. Self-love is important and self-presentation is also very, very important. So everybody talks about on social media these days self-love, but self-presentation is in fact more important than self-love or probably inherit to it or inclusive to it. Yeah, so that was little philosophy. That's the different side.
and
Yeah, but coming to the work again. So yeah, as Karan has already mentioned that there's nothing good or bad in research. Every contribution is important, and also why we intended to post all the presentations because see, now we leave it to the masses that what they actually grasp from an individual presentation. Because see, we have also, as you have gone through the comments, we have figured out that these are the discrepancies or these are the shortcomings that this presentation has. But of course, every presentation had some good points or some key points to learn about. So that is why, posting every presentation is required. Uh, I hope I make my point pretty clear. So for now, if you guys have no doubts, I will give you a document by 9:30 or 10 in the night. And you guys are already aware of your group. You can start working on that. and we will have a meeting probably. I'll tell you like in a week. Yeah, Anjali has a question. Yeah, Anjali.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Ma'am, actually, I have quizzes from Monday to Wednesday, so can the deadline be extended?
Kya? What? Come again?
Actually, I have quizzes from Monday to Wednesday, so can the deadline be extended?
Uh, okay, then let's make it till Friday. But after that, it'll be very difficult for me to stretch too much, because if you will take so much time in the initial phase, then at the completion phase, time will be less, and so that's my concern. But it's okay. We can take it till
Anjali,
Friday.
what I suggest, as it is a group kind of work, so I think you can manage 1 or 2 hours. If
Yeah, that's
even
the
if you
whole
have quick,
idea. Because anyway, you don't have to
yeah,
put that
you
much
you
time.
don't have to put that much time individually. So you like if you have any working hour, preferably like you want to work on night, you want to work on in the morning, you can give only 1 or 2 hours, and then because you all have prepared a like research proposal
Great
by
proposal.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
created that. So it won't be a hurdle to all of you once you all sit together, like you all five of you sit together and then create a proposal. It won't take much time. So I
Exactly.
guess uh, I guess by Monday itself you could have done it, but
But
DP
still,
has
I have
given
given
you
an extended deadline
till
of
Wednesday.
like
So
Wednesday.
don't extend it after that because anyway it is getting like delayed. So it's
Yeah.
best you all sit down and boil down to one research proposal. So
Yeah, and
and
in addition to what Karan said, uh, it's not mandatory that, or it's not advisable also, that you guys have to prepare for altogether a new proposal. You can plan out with some modifications and all in any one of yours. So, like, if the group of five is there, so you can select, or you can see that which interest you more apart from your own, and maybe you can stick to that, and with certain modifications you can make it better, or you can refine it in a, if of course, for like much larger view, and much more comprehensive, and then you can present it, so that of course 50% of the work would already be done, so you just have to do 50%, so that comes down to 10% to each.
yeah.
Yeah, Vipul has a
And
question.
also in the Google Drive, we will paste all the research proposal in one Google Drive, all the research proposal, and
Yeah,
everyone can see each other's the research proposal. So it
yeah,
won't be any like it won't take much time to complete it.
it should
Yeah,
not.
Vipul,
Yeah.
Vipul, you can go ahead.
Vipul, just a second. Anjali, I hope that that is satisfying to you.
Okay, ma'am, I will try.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Ma'am,
yeah. One more. Vipul,
we-
just sorry to interrupt you. Just a second. I just want to mention one thing which is very important. Although it's a group activity, but individual contribution will still be evaluated. Yeah. So Vipul, go ahead.
Ma'am, can you give me give us some guidelines or maybe outline that how do we have to work in a group? I know it seems to be a naive question, but I am doing it first time. Like when we have to search something on our, we are going like in a flow. But when we have to do in a group, you guys are experienced. So can you give us some guidelines and some?
Uh, Yeah, I can, but that is something I can't tell you like that. Like you have to learn something in life by doing. Yeah, just because you have asked me, so I have to tell you something, that you can plan it in a way that you guys can make a WhatsApp group of your five people, and then you can share what all interest you. And of course, after going through each other's proposal, you will be able to find outline certain points that I'm very sure of, because everybody of you have that acumen by now, and you guys have also developed those skills to understand the problems and to evaluate, or to extract information out of a document. So I think, and I'm pretty sure that you guys will be able to jot down certain points. And after that, you can say that, okay, fine, we will be, you can always have a poll. Okay, fine, these are like five proposals. Out of these five, this, I think, like which favors for which proposal. So maximum you should go with majority. Always in a team and in a group dynamics, you should always go with the majority because that helps. Fundamental rule. Okay, so by going with the majority, you guys can decide, okay fine, this is the project proposal that we want to carry forward for the final final simulation or final study and for the publication purpose, right? And then you guys can scrutinize that particular project proposal in the best possible way, because scrutiny will help you in getting better. So and depending on that, you can give extra comments or points or corrections that you want in that proposal, maybe incorporating some other protein targets or maybe certain natural compounds. And it is up to you guys if you want to plan it depending on different compounds, or you want to stick to a certain natural compound. That is one thing. It's up to you guys. I mean, I totally leave it to your own interest, capability, time, space, and intention and interest. Okay, so after that, you guys can jot down, fine, this is the proposal. And after, and see, as Karan has already mentioned and said that Google Doc is actually a better way to communicate. Why? Because whosoever will make any changes will be recorded there. And then, of course, after group consensus, you guys can finally say to us that finally we have submitted this proposal. And as mentors, we can look into that and evaluate that, not in terms, with the intention of evaluation only, but in terms of suggestions, so that we can make it better and we'll start working with that. I hope this makes some sense to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, a parallel activity would be like reading more about that particular problem, so that everybody of you will have different ideas for a specific problem, because that will make your study more comprehensive, not for the understanding purpose, but for the writing purpose as well. Anjali, you still have a question? Or
No, ma'am.
okay,
I don't
okay,
have another question.
yeah, just lower your hand. Yeah, Katyayani has a question.
Ma'am, just a small request. Can you please
Yeah.
share what all things are to be included in the project proposal,
Sure. I will do it by tonight.
so that we can move in a systematic manner?
Sure. I will do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else has
For
any
that,
questions?
what we can do, we will share a help manual in the drive itself. In the drive itself, we will share a help manual where everything, whatever points Shivani Didi has to mention, she will mention there, and you can read the document again and again whenever you want,
Yeah.
and it will be in the place.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Any doubts?
So I think we
Okay.
can wrap up for tonight. And
Yes.
honestly, great work by all of you. And as usual, it was lovely meeting you. Although none of us has opened our screens tonight, but that's okay. Uh, yeah, so you guys can go ahead, decide and discuss amongst yourself and start working about it. Any problem, anything, just call me up. Don't put me a message or something, because that will be like, if you need something very urgent, I might miss it. And it's just not me, it's for like everybody. You guys can call me. So Karan, I think we
Okay.
can wrap up because no. Yeah, Vipul is saying something. Yeah, Vipul.
I was saying okay.
Okay. So Karan, I think we can wrap up for tonight,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
I'll share the documents and comments and evaluation by tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for the group which is working on human disease, I will make them as a project one, and another group, the remaining, I will make them as a project two. So the Google Drive folder will be shared between those candidates, and then they can work on them like on that particular drive. And this recording will be
Yeah.
available to all, like all the MDS people.
Perfect.
Okay. So that's so we will wrap up this meeting now, and all the best, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night. And
Good
thank
night,
you, Shivani,
everyone.
for clearing
Thank you,
Thank
everything.
you,
Karan.
ma'am.
Good
Thank you.
night, everyone. Wish you the best, and you guys gonna do great. Trust me, because I am honestly very impressed by seeing your proposals.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.